And we are not going back. It is time to turn the page. Over the course of this campaign, I've laid out a set of policies that will grow our middle class, strengthen our economy in the long term. I'll reform our tax code so that 95% of workers and their families get a tax cut. I'll eliminate income taxes for seniors making under $50,000 a year. I'll bring down the cost of health care for families and businesses. By investing in preventive care, new technology, and giving every American the chance to get the same kind of health insurance that members of Congress give themselves. We'll ensure every child can compete in the global economy by recruiting an army of new teachers and making college affordable for anyone who wants to go and is willing to And we'll take a page from Toledo that's become a leader in solar panel technology. We are going to create 5 million new high-wage jobs by investing in renewable sources of energy. And we'll eliminate all our recruiting We'll create another 2 million jobs by rebuilding our crumbling roads and schools and bridges, our infrastructure. And if people ask you, how are we going to pay for that? You just tell them, if we can afford to spend $10 billion a month rebuilding Iraq, we can spend some time. That's the long-term strategy for growth. Right now, we face an immediate economic emergency, and that requires urgent action. We can't wait to help workers and families and communities who are struggling right now. We don't know if their job or their retirement will be there tomorrow. We don't know if next week's paycheck will cover this month's bills, but some of you know I went canvassing. It was wonderful meeting folks and talking to them, but on this single block, there were already 2 or 3 foreclosed homes. And that depresses property values for everybody, which means potentially it's going to put more burdens on city services to keep up, or you might end up seeing major layoffs. So we've got to act now. We need to pass an economic rescue plan for the middle class, and we need to do it not 5 years from now, not next year. We need to do it right now. So today I'm proposing a number of steps that we should take immediately to stabilize our financial system, provide relief to families and communities, and help struggling homeowners. It's a plan that begins with one word that's on everybody's mind, and it's easy to spell. J-O-B-S. Jobs. We've got to work on jobs. We've already lost 3/4 jobs this year. Some experts say that unemployment may rise to 8% by the end of next year. We can't wait until then to start creating new jobs. That's why I'm proposing to give our businesses a new American job tax credit. Instead of giving tax credits and tax breaks to companies that ship jobs overseas, what we're going to do is say to American companies, for each new employee you hire in the United States over the next 2 years, you are going to get a tax break. In this country, I've also proposed eliminating all capital gains taxes on investments in small businesses and startup companies. They're the ones that create 80% of the new businesses. And I've proposed an additional tax incentive through next year to encourage new small business investment. It is time to protect the jobs we have and to create the jobs of tomorrow by unlocking the drive and the ingenuity and innovation of the American people. And we should fast track the loan guarantees that we've already passed for our auto industry and provide more as needed so that they can build the energy efficient cars not in Japan, not in South Korea, but right here in the United States. We'll also save 1 million jobs by creating a jobs and growth fund that can provide money to state and local communities so that they can move forward with projects to rebuild and repair our infrastructure. A lot of these projects and these jobs are at risk right now because of budget shortfalls. But this fund will make sure they continue. So that's point number one. Let's create some jobs right now and put people back to work.
Right.
Number two, the second part of our rescue plan is to provide some immediate relief to families who are watching their paychecks shrink and their jobs and life savings disappear. I've already proposed a middle-class tax cut for 95% of workers and their families. But today I'm calling on Congress to pass a plan so that the IRS will mail out the first round of those tax cuts as soon as possible. We should get you in your pockets to deal with heating your homes this winter. Making sure that you can afford the new coat for your child, or maybe even a new computer to help them at school. We should also extend and expand unemployment benefits to those Americans who lost their jobs and are having a tough time out there finding employment in this big economy. And while we're at it, we should stop making people who are getting unemployment insurance pay taxes on those benefits. At a time when the ups and downs of the stock market have rarely been so unpredictable and dramatic, we also need to give families and retirees more flexibility and security when it comes to the retirement savings. I want to give credit where credit is due. I welcome Senator McCain's proposal to waive the rules that currently force our seniors to withdraw from their 401ks even when the market is bad. I think that's a good idea, but I think we need to do even more. Since so many Americans will be struggling to pay the bills over the next year, I propose that we allow every family to withdraw up to 15% from their IRA or 401k, up to a maximum of $10,000 without fine or penalty through $2,000. This will help families get through the tough times, get through this crisis without being forced to make painful choices like selling their homes or not sending their children to college. Third part of my rescue plan is to provide relief for homeowners who are watching their home values decline while their property taxes go up. Well, earlier this year, I pushed for legislation that would help homeowners stay in their homes by working to modify their mortgages. When Secretary Paulson proposed his original financial rescue plan, it included nothing for homeowners. At a time when Senator McCain was silent on the issue, I insisted that it include protections for homeowners. So now the Treasury has to use the authority it's already been granted and move aggressively to help people avoid foreclosure and stay in their homes. We don't need a new law, and we certainly don't need a new $300 billion giveaway to banks like Senator McCain has proposed. We just need to act quickly and decisively. Get people in line to start modifying those mortgages. I've already proposed a mortgage tax credit for struggling homeowners where 10% of the interest you pay on your mortgage, and we should move quickly to pass it. And we should change the unfair bankruptcy laws that allow judges to write down your mortgage if you own 6 or 7 homes, but not if you only have one. That makes no sense. Cities and small towns that are facing a choice between cutting services like healthcare and education or raising property taxes, we'll provide the funding to prevent those tax hikes from happening. We cannot allow homeowners in small towns to suffer because of the mess made by Wall Street and by Washington.